so knowledgeable, Mr. Desmond Thorne, to give us the 1-2 on what to watch and what not to. Let me just point out that I watched Samurai. I watched Blue Eye
Yes.
Samurai, really enjoyed it. There's also a show called Supercell on Netflix about black people
Yes.
with superhero skills. And let me tell you something. I was about to not watch it, and then I had to check myself because I was like, it's black people with superhero powers. Why would you not even you need to at least give it a shot? So I started
Exactly.
watching it, and I'm not completely mad at it yet. I think I didn't give it enough attentiveness,
Word.
but I think it does. And they have British accents, which I feel like the combination is all things I like. So I don't know why I'm hating.
100%. 100%. And that's one that I've been looking forward to getting into because I heard about that and I'm like, oh, I'm intrigued. I'm
Yeah,
intrigued
yeah,
enough for sure. For sure. So I
absolutely.
gotta check it out. Interesting that you mentioned superheroes because this week I
Mm.
got something for the nerds. We got
Ooh.
two shows that just wrapped up in July. The first one takes place in the Star Wars universe. We've got The Acolyte on Disney Plus. Have you watched
Yes.
this?
I have not because I've heard mixed reviews. So
Okay, okay.
I have not stepped in. And is it correct me if I'm wrong? It's about like bad, it's like the not good Star Warsers, right? Like these are Sith.
Kinda, sorta. It's like this Jedi is investigating these murders of other Jedi who he was very close with, and he has to basically pair up with his Padawan, in order, his old Padawan who left the Order, in order to figure out who's behind these murders. So it definitely
So let
gets
me just
into
tell
the
you, stuff like
evilness.
that, I be like, I didn't come
What
to
do you
Star Wars for
mean?
this. I didn't come to Star
Yes.
Wars for a true crime. I didn't come to
Word.
Star Wars for true crime.
Well, I will say for me, it kind of falls in between a watch and a don't watch. And I think part of it is because of that reason. First, a lot of people were hating on this because there is a black female lead in the show. So there was lots
Oh,
of review bombing from jump, like
jeez.
regardless of the quality, which is very annoying,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and it makes me want to tell y'all to watch it so you could,
Yeah.
reverse that, you
Okay.
know?
That's fair. That's fair.
Um, and I would say like about half of the show is interesting. Like what you come to Star Wars for, the fighting, stuff like that
Yeah.
works. It's good.
The
About like
sci-fi of it all.
the sci-fi of it all. But when it starts to get into like, here's the background of these people and here's why this thing is this thing, I'm just like, okay. It doesn't
You
really
know,
like pay
somebody was
off.
like, all right, picture it. True crime in the Star Wars universe. And they were
Yeah.
like, go, baby. Gold. No, it's not.
Exactly, but it doesn't work all the way. I will say if you watch it, episode 5 is amazing. There are things that I've never seen take place in a Star Wars show before happen in that
Oh.
episode. It was very exciting, which made the ending kind of disappointing
How many episodes is
because
it?
I think it's 8. I believe it's
Okay.
8.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be a limited series, so at the end, I was disappointed. But you know what they always try to do? They're like, "Well, we're gonna try to do a second season," and it's like, just
We
do a
could have wrapped this
contained story. We could have wrapped
up.
this up. This could have been like a pretty good contained story, but now it's like an okay first season of something.
Got it.
So,
All right.
and then so it's like kind of worth watching, and then again, kind of
It sounds
not.
like it might be your cup of tea worth watching. Like, like don't,
Exactly.
because sometimes I feel like you're like, if this is your cup of tea, you have no taste.
Yeah.
Like
True,
sometimes
true.
that's the vibe. And so it's like, let me just
True.
not. But this sounds like it's really just a matter of like, you might like it.
You might be into it. You might be into it. I unfortunately think that they underuse Carrie Ann Moss as well. You can't cast Carrie Ann Moss as a Jedi and then barely use her. That feels disrespectful to me.
Got it. Got it. May the force be with
Next
her.
up, literally, may the force be with her. Next up, we have the 4th season of The Boys on Amazon Prime. Now, if you're familiar with the show, oh my God, Grogu, yes, Grogu cameo. In the world of this
So the
show,
boys, okay, wait, let me just say this. I
yes,
had to
yes,
let the boys go because it got so gruesome in
word.
what season are we in?
We're in
This
season
is
4
season,
now.
so season 3, the top of season 3 got so dark. It was like Oz. Remember the show Oz on HBO? I had to
Yes.
let
Oh,
Oz
yes.
go because I was like, oh, this is completely hopeless. They
Yeah.
never getting out of here.
None of them. And that is definitely a great note because this show in general is not for everybody in that specific vein. It's very graphic, very violent. Like even I, as someone who is not squeamish, like had to look away a couple times.
Yeah.
But I would say overall, this season is a watch. Again, it's not perfect, but I do love this political angle that they've been leaning into.
I've been seeing a lot of people compare things that are happening in our news cycle to The Boys.
It mirrors what's happening here. You know, like watching these superheroes basically starting to put together a political coup, spreading misinformation, trying to win over the Christians and corporations. And like, to me, if this fantasy superhero show is what you need in order to believe that this is happening, by all means, like participate, you know?
Right, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. I will say though, in both of these shows, something you mentioned a few weeks ago, a pattern comes up in both of these shows. A Black woman villain.
See?
Yep.
It's a thing. Black woman villain is a thing, and black and white couple with white woman as the it's not interracial that just like varies. It's black man,
Totally.
white woman. Black
Yes.
man, white woman.
Yes, absolutely. And there's always like saving the supposedly capable
The white women.
Yeah.
Yes. There's always saving and like the black man saving the capable white woman. That was the story in Fargo. That was the story in Peripheral. That is the story in Man on Fire. I'll just never get past it. Like, why is Denzel running after this little white baby?
Yeah, damn. You're right about that. You're right. You're right.
So, you know, we have to. So, should I watch it? Should I watch The Boys? Like, even if it's so gruesome.
I think so. They're doing some interesting stuff there for sure. And they really go into some of the background of the characters in a really interesting way, like them having to resolve, the boys having to go back into their past and resolve their stuff in order to move forward, which is just like, that's just some life stuff, you know?
Is Laz Alonso in it?
Yes. Oh, you're talking about Mother's Milk?
Mother Milk, yes. Mother's Milk.
Yes. He's great.
Is he fine?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll let him know. I heard you was fine this season, so you know
Yes.
I'm a watch.
Certainly. Yes. That's what
All
I got for the
well,
week.
There we have it, y'all. We got stuff to watch and don't watch. Well, kind of watch. We have stuff to
Kinda
watch and kind of watch.
Yes.
I'm with it. Thank you so much, Desmond, for keeping us informed.
Yes.
Y'all know what to do. Keep it locked right here to the Amanda Seales Show. And let us know if you watch any of these, if you agree with Desmond or not. Talk to us. We'll be right back.
Yes.
We up. The Amanda Seales Show.